Nó completed per year, তাই না? অবশ্যই আমি তো জানি। হ্যাঁ, ওই যে সুরা মানে মোরা, এগুলো কি মোরা না না, ওদের তো আসলে স্পেস অনেক জায়গা। রিজাল্ট নিকাশ করতে, তাই না? শুরু করে কি নাম তোমার কেন? মেডিসিন বুক না নাকি? ও আচ্ছা, সার্টিফিকেট না? হ্যাঁ, খাওয়া করেছ? অবশ্যই অনেক তাদের করতে হচ্ছে, প্ল্যানিং থেকে শুরু করে। ইংলিশ থেকে বাংলা করা তো বেশি বসা যেমন তো সমস্যা মধ্যে আছে। আমি যেহেতু বলতেছি রিজাল্ট এত 4 দিন 5 দিন ধরে কি করাবো আমাদেরকে? ইয়ে স্যার জয়েন করবে না আমাদের সঙ্গে? কি করতেছো? খানাতে থাকলে
Let's dive into our promising schedule. Now I'm inviting Assistant Professor Dr. Muhammad Ridwan Pasha, Department of Physiology, Biochemistry and Pharmacology, Chittagong Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, to recite from the Holy Quran.
السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والله أنزل من السماء ماء فأحيا به الأرض بعد موتها. إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يسمعون. وإنا لكم في الأنعام لعبرة نسقيكم مما في بطونه من بين فرث ودم لبنا خالصا سائغا للشاربين. It is the God Allah who rained down water from the sky and rejuvenate the land after its death. It is a sign for those who want to hear. And he has created livestock in which he has put the fruit of thought. He made fishes from the ruminal contents and extracted delicious milk from the blood, which is your drink. ইরশাদ হচ্ছে, আল্লাহ আকাশ থেকে পানি বর্ষণ করেছেন, তোতারা জমিনকে তার মৃত্যুর পর পুনর্জীবিত করেছেন। নিশ্চয় এতে তাদের জন্য নিদর্শন রয়েছে যারা শ্রবণ করে। তোমাদের জন্য চতুষ্পদ জন্তুদের মধ্যে চিন্তা করার অবকাশ রয়েছে। আমি তোমাদেরকে পান করাই তাদের উদরস্থিত বস্তুসমূহের মধ্য থেকে গোবর ও রক্ত মিশ্রিত দুগ্ধ, যা পালনকারীদের জন্য উপাদেয়। সাদাকাল্লাহুল আলিয়্যুল আযীম। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Thank you, Dr. Ridwan Pasha. Now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Muhammad Mizanur Rahman, Department of Medicine and Surgery, Chittagong Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, and Coordinator in Bangladesh, Climate Change Mitigation by a Sustainable Water Buffalo Region in Bangladesh, to present her welcome address and also Buffalo Project highlights. Professor Dr. Muhammad Mizanur Rahman.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, Adab and good afternoon. Respected Chairman, Professor Muhammad Hassan Haq, Sivaso. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Muhammad Riyadul Haq, newly appointed Director General, Department of Livestock Services, Congratulations, sir. Guest of Honor, Professor Muhammad Ghulam Shahin Alam, Member of the Bangladesh Accreditation Council. A special guest, Professor Nitish Chandra Devnath, Founder Vice Chancellor, Sivaso. Professor Muhammad Omar Farooq, President Bangladesh Buffalo Association. Dr. S.M. Jahangir Hussain, Director General, Bangladesh Livestock Research Institute. Dr. Muhammad Habibur Rahman, FAO representative, and Dr. Ylva Pearson, a state veterinarian, actually who is not here. She cannot come to Bangladesh, but she is attending online. Distinguished participants from multiple organizations, respected speakers, and delegates from India, Pakistan, and Nepal. Dear students, respected farmers, welcome to the International Buffalo Workshop, Bangladesh 2024. And thank you very much for taking all the pains to come here to join the workshop. The main objective of our 4 days workshop are share our important research findings and get your valuable suggestions and feedback for their utilization. Ladies and gentlemen, the workshop is structured or divided into several sessions The first is inaugural session, and the 7 technical sessions are climate change and buffalo production in other countries, buffalo udder health and meat chain in Bangladesh, buffalo farming, constraints and mitigation, One Health for All, judicious antimicrobial uses, efficient buffalo production, hands-on training for field veterinarians and farmers, and roundtable discussion. This is an important session for us. Development of sustainable buffalo meat value chain in Bangladesh. So we're looking forward to a cooperation for this program. Thank you. And you're all. Now I would like to share some of our research findings. This is the name of our project that we have completed, climate change mitigation by sustainable water buffalo dairy chain in Bangladesh. We have several objectives of the project to evaluate or to analyze the buffalo milk chain in Bangladesh. Actually, we wanted to know what we have, because we know that we have buffalo and they produce milk, but actually we don't know what is happening in the milk they are producing. And we wanted to analyze if there is any foodborne pathogen in the milk they are producing. We wanted to design water buffalo milk chain, and finally we wanted to know what the constraints the buffalo farmers are suffering in Bangladesh, they are facing to sustain in Bangladesh. And in this project, we have several countries from the Europe involved, and from every country, there are 2 institutes are involved in this project. So actually, there are 8 institutes or organizations are involved in this project. These are the sum of our findings. If you see, we have tested the bulk male somatic cell count in the buffalo male, and we have seen that the geometric mean of the bulk male somatic cell count is 180,000 per ml of male. We know that the international standard is 200,000, so we can say that it is more satisfactory. And previously we have measured the bulk male somatic cell count in dairy farms and the household. It was almost 4,500 per ml of somatic cell. And in the commercial farm, it is a little bit higher, because we know that they have different, the intensive farming systems, and somatic cell is higher. From the somatic cell count, we propose a somatic cell count that may be feasible in our country. And in Chittagong, we have graded the milk, and we are in several categories, and we are monitoring in 20 farms currently in Chittagong, the which category the farms, the milk they are producing. So we give them the super quality milk that have 2 lakh per ml of milk, then excellent 2 to 4 lakh, very good 4 to 6 lakh, good 6 to 8 lakh, and fair 8 to 10 lakh. And we also tested, we have also found in our findings that the both buffalo and the cow, they suffer from the subclinical mastitis and mastitis. And if you see that in the animal level, the subclinical mastitis and in the cow and the buffalo, they are almost similar. But if you see the clinical mastitis, in buffalo, the clinical mastitis is almost nil. There is nothing, very poor. And if you see the quarter level, you see the subclinical mastitis is low, in the cow is a little higher. Also in the somatic cell, is clinical mastitis is little higher, somatic cell also almost similar. And we have also tested in the buffalo, we have tested the antimicrobial sensitivity in different level, the farm level, medicinal level, and milk collection center. If you see the antimicrobial resistance, you see the trimethoprim sulfomethaxole is very, very high, the tetracycline, penicillin, erythromycin. These are high. Sepsis also high. These antibiotics were used a lot at the field level, but their antibiotic resistance is very, very high. Ampicillin also high. And the middle level, you also the ampicillin, the ciprofloxacin, erythromycin, and penicillin. MR antibiotic sensitivity is very, very high. Same, we have seen the result in the vein collection center, the ampicillin, and for the penicillin and erythromycin. But there are some antibiotics, still they are good, we can use it. So from previous stage, the cow from the dairy cows in our previous Adhari project and in the Buffalo project, we discussed a lot with the colleagues in Bangladesh, also in the people who have colleagues in the outside and abroad. So we developed a decision tree for the treatment of the clinical mastitis or subclinical mastitis, what we can do. So we developed a decision tree, and following the decision tree, the veterinarians who are working in the field, they can arrive a good decision how to handle the cases. These are details, so you can see it. If you can check it, you can understand very easily. In this project, in the Buffalo project, we have also developed a manual, and it has been provided in the registration bag, or workshop bag. We have also developed a website for the buffalo. This is in the, if you enter in the website, in all part you will see the udder and other parts of the cow. In other parts, you will see about all the information of the buffalo. I think it will be very interesting and informative for the people who are searching of the buffalo in Bangladesh, also other parts of the country world. In this project, we also one of our students successfully completed PhD in collaboration with Bangladesh and Italy, Netherlands, Sweden. We have also several master's students. They have completed their thesis. One of the students was from Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences. He did his part of his thesis in Bangladesh. The whole part of the thesis in Bangladesh. There are also some 4 ongoing master's projects. They are doing masters in this project. Part of the project, some of our students, even our colleagues, we visited some Sweden and Netherlands for training purposes, and Italy as well. Especially 2 of our students, they visited the Italian buffalo production system. Also, we have published a couple of papers from this buffalo project. They are here. If you are interested, you can search it. So thank you very much for your precious sharing. Thank you. And thank you everybody for coming here.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Mohammed Mizanur Rahman, for sharing such a valuable insight on the Buffalo project. Now, looking forward, we are delighted to have our guest, who are noted figure from home and abroad. I would like to mention our special guest, Dr. Eva Persson, State Veterinarian, Swedish Veterinary Agency, and Associate Professor, Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences, Sweden. Also, we have our special guest, Dr. Mohammed Habibur Rahman, who is present here in lieu of Eric Bram from Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Also, we do have a special guest, Dr. S.M. Jahangir Hossain, Director General, Bangladesh Livestock Research Institute. We do have special guest, Professor Dr. Omar Farooq, President, Bangladesh Buffalo Association and National Council, Government Buffalo Development Project, Bangladesh. We do have Professor Dr. Nitish Chandra Devnath, Associate Fellow of Chatham House Global Health and co-member of the Board of Governors of the Council on International Veterinary Medical Education, Bangladesh. We do have guest of honor, Professor Dr. Mohammad Ghulam Shahi Alam, member, Bangladesh Accreditation Council and former Vice Chancellor, Sylhet Agriculture University. We are delighted to have our chief guest, Dr. Mohammad Rezaul Haq, Director General, Department of Livestock Services, Bangladesh. And we do have our chairman, Professor Dr. Mohammad Asan Haq, Professor Epidemiology, Department of Medicine and Surgery, Chittagong Veterinary and Animal Sciences University. Also, he is leading country coordinator, One Health, Poultry Health. Now, we are looking forward to an online speech from Dr. Ylva Persson, State Veterinarian, Swedish University Agency, and Associate Professor, Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences.
As a representative of Sweden, I would like to welcome you to this workshop and to thank you all. I am state veterinarian at the Swedish Veterinary Agency, which is a government agency for infectious diseases. We are an expert authority that conducts research and provides advice, knowledge communication, and laboratory activities. We have collaborated with Sebastian for several years. First, in a project on udder health in dairy cows, in which we have successfully built up an udder health program called Udder Health Bangladesh, where we offer extension services to dairy. Then we continued with this project on the water buffalo region. This project is now coming to an end, and you will be able to take part in parts of everything that we have. I would like to mention that maybe the most important outcome, our PhD student, Shubha Shingla, has produced a very solid doctoral thesis that I believe will contribute greatly to improve udder health and milk quality in the milk value chain from farm to fork. Furthermore, several master students have worked in the project, and while the project has contributed to their education and development, their work has also given us valuable knowledge and insights. In the project, both past and present, researchers from Bangladesh and Europe have collaborated and learned from each other. We have traveled between continents, and we have kept in touch through digital channels. The collaboration has been surprisingly easy and smooth, and we often set a good example when similar projects are presented and discussed. To a large extent, the success is due to my fantastic partner in the project, Dr. Nishanurna. Without you, this wouldn't have been possible. You have worked hard and dedicatedly, and you're easy to work with. I'm especially grateful that we are both passionate about our students. They are the future. Of course, there are many others who have contributed and who should also receive a personal thank you. I will not mention any more names now, but will content myself with thanking all of the participating researchers, students, veterinarians, and last but not least, all the buffalo owners who contributed with samples and value. It is with great sadness that I participate digitally and not online. It would have been wonderful to be with all of you. I wish you a rewarding and inspiring workshop that I hope will lead to more water buffaloes in Bangladesh, healthier animals, safe milk and meat, and profitable for water buffalo. In addition, I hope and believe that healthy, productive buffalo will lead to a production with low antibiotic use and a reduced climate footprint. Finally, the water buffalo is a robust animal that is well adapted to your conditions, both now and in the future with further climate change. Many thanks for allowing me and my country to finance and lead this important project. And with that, I wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful
Thank you, Dr. Ylva Persson. Now I would like to invite one of our special guests, Dr. Muhammad Habibur Rahman, Representative, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Riyadu Hafsa, Director General, Department of Livestock Services, and other special guests, and honorable distinguished participants. Assalamu alaikum. I would like to, convey the apology from our country team leader, Eric Bloom. He just landed from Bangkok and he's not feeling well a bit. That's why I'm on behalf of him just saying thanks to the organizers and few other things. First, FAO ACTAD has been working on basically several areas. One of the area is antimicrobial resistance. And we would like to thank Department of Livestock Services because they led the process to develop the standard treatment guidelines. So especially, Bangladesh has already drafted one standard treatment guidelines for large animals, including buffalo. And I'm proud to say that in that process, our DTSA was in a leading position, and all other experts, including Director Admin Moles sir, and definitely the Professor Mijan sir and other professors from Agriculture University, Sibasu. So we drafted that standard treatment guideline for large animal, and now we can understand, as Yelva also mentioned, that we want a good quality buffalo production and a good farming system with minimum use of antibiotics. And again, I would like to thank Yelva also because she was also involved and she gave her technical inputs, and still it is a draft. So it will be in the next process, we will get the GLS endorsement of that document. Then FAO will print the document and distribute among all the veterinarians in the public health sectors and private health sectors. So from FAO side, we wish all the success of this workshop. It's a big workshop, and FAO is very much happy to do any sorts of collaboration. And even in this event, we have some sorts of contribution. And maybe on day 4, our country team leader will come and speak something on One Health approach and One Health activities in lens of the buffalo farming system. So thank you once again. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Habibur Rahman. Moving forward, we are inviting one of our special guests, Dr. Iftin Jahangir Hussain, Director General, Bangladesh Livestock Research Institute, Bangladesh. Dr. Iftin Jahangir Hussain.
Respected Chair of the opening session of International Buffalo Workshop Bangladesh 2024, Professor Dr. Muhammad Hassanul Haq, Chittagong Veterinary and Animal Science University, Chief Guest, MD Riyazul Haq, Director General, Department of Livestock Services, and representative from HAW, and special guest, Professor Dr. Omar Farouk, President, Bangladesh Buffalo Association, Professor Dr. Nitish Chandra Devnath, Principal Member, International Veterinary Medical Association, Bangladesh, Professor Dr. Ghulam Shahi Alam, Member, Bangladesh Accreditation Council, respected professor, scientists, officials, farmers, and electronic and print media personnel. Assalamu alaikum, and good afternoon and warm welcome in this auspicious opening ceremony. I thank the organizer for inviting me in this session. Dear participants, I am glad to be present in the opening session of the International Buffalo Workshop Bangladesh, organized by Adar Health Bangladesh. So far I know The Adar Health Bangladesh is an international initiative for conducting research program to increase milk production. The main focus of the initiative is to develop Adar health control program and to raise awareness about Adar health among the farmers. Dear valued participants, Adar health is very important for exploiting dairy potential of a high-yielding dairy cow in Bangladesh. Awareness and control strategy regarding good Adar health management practice has got little attention. Hence, farmers losses their valued dairy cows due to Adar health issue. In most cases, simple knowledge saved cow from other damage. Most other related hazard result permanent damage which hamper lifetime milk yield of cows. Later farmers sold their high yielding cows to butcher for meat production. This is a very important limiting factor in dairy industry. Adar Health Bangladesh has been implementing a project entitled Climate Change Mitigate by Sustainable Water Buffalo Dairy Chain in Bangladesh. The project is funded by the Swedish Research Council for the purpose of mitigation of effect of climate change in Bangladesh. 8 reputed universities and research institutes from Bangladesh are working together to conduct the planned research activities of the project. 30 articles from home and abroad will be presented in 7 sessions of 4-day-long workshop. Presentation will cover buffalo rearing strategies, constraints and prospects of buffalo farming, quality of buffalo milk and meat and dairy products, how to increase milk production, buffalo breeds, buffalo udder health management, buffalo disease, antibiotic resistance, and safe milk production in buffalo. Moreover, group discussion will be conducted with the participants on various programs of buffalo rearing and marketing and their solution. Dear participants, Bangladesh Livestock Research Institute is an apex research body under the Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock in Bangladesh. We are conducting research to solve the existing problem in the sector. BLRI have scope to collaborate with national and international experts and organizations. BLRI is also implementing research project on buffalo. So we are always ready to extend our hand for collaborative research in the field. A number of BLRA scientists are participating in this program. Hope they will enrich their knowledge from this value gathering. That knowledge of the gathering will support sustainable dairy development in the country. I also hope this meeting will also strengthen the partnership and cooperation among the member countries. Finally, I would conclude my speech by extending my best wishes to all. Thank you, Joy Bangla.
Thank you, Dr. X.N. Jahangir Hossain, for sharing your thoughts with us. Now, I would like to invite another special guest, Professor Dr. Omar Farooq, President, Bangladesh Buffalo Association and National Consultant, Government Buffalo Development Project, Bangladesh.
It was 1980. I just passed from the university, obtained my graduation. I was asked by Professor Khaled, my teacher, to join with him to work on buffalo. My teacher, Professor Gulam Shahi Alam, is here. He can remember this. And when in 1988, I submitted the first proposal on buffalo research, I still remember it takes 3 years to get only 30,000 taka from the authorities. I'm now very happy today to see tomorrow this house will be full and person are on the street still now. So many person are now working with the buffalo. Government and the private sector are putting many million taka development and research. This indicates that once buffalo was neglected in Bangladesh, it is now honor for the meat and meat. The broad use of buffalo now only 2%. If we take the standard for comparison, 1990. In 1990, if the requirement of buffalo was 100%, now it is only 2%. So purpose of buffalo utilization has shifted here. That is mainly for meat and then milk. Buffalo is now a dual purpose animal in Bangladesh. I thank the organizing committee to organize this important meeting and to invite me and my society member in this conference and workshop. So the chairman, the president of the workshop, the special guest, chief guest, special guest, and the participants, especially the farmers, Assalamu alaikum. There will be 4 days conference only on buffalo. We shall discuss all aspects of farming of buffalo in Bangladesh and also other part of the world. Here is Professor Nasim, present from Pakistan. Professor Samad from India, he will come, and Dr. Somi Singh from Nepal is coming. There are 4 countries now in Asia leading the buffalo production. First, India. Second, Pakistan. Third, China. Fourth, Nepal. They are leading not only the Asia but also the world. So there will be scope to share our knowledge with them, to get idea how they have made progress with the buffaloes. So I hope you will listen and you will try to improve your production system, increase the production of buffalo. So this is a very important and nice occasion for all the participation working on buffalo to improve our buffalo. Don't want to say many aspects of buffalo. Just I shall point out 2 matters. This is very important. Sorry, I was asked to present a paper. I will leave day after tomorrow. I'm still running for the last 15 days, and I will leave the day after tomorrow for another assignment. So I could not prepare my paper. But I give you 2 ideas. The challenge and opportunity of buffalo farming in Bangladesh. In few words, the demand for meat and milk, it is the opportunity. Because when you produce, you need market, you need to sell. To my estimate, there will be no problem of buffalo product selling next 10 to 15 years. So if you start with the buffalo farming, you will make profit. Second, I'm very sorry to tell here, during my last 40 years research, I found buffalo is a climate resilience species in Bangladesh. I've handled Mora breed, I've handled Nilirabi breed, they are crossbred and the local buffalo. I found it is really climate resilient. If we look into the temperature variation, there is no problem in production. If we look in the precipitation percentage, our precipitation, humidity, almost 95 to 99% in the wet season. Buffalo has no problem. So, if we look for the cattle, the crossbred cattle, they're very susceptible to climate change. Buffalo, they can survive because buffalo originated in India. You remember, it has been domesticated in India. So this is our native animal. This is the second opportunity for buffalo rearing. Third, I shall not go in detail, but the production cost of buffalo is always less than the cattle. Even we compare the crossbred dairy cattle with the high-yielding buffalo. So this thing is the opportunity for buffalo rearing in Bangladesh, but there is challenge. It is not climate, but the socio-economic change that is happening in the country. Dairy buffalo was reared under nomadic system, under transshipment system in Bangladesh, depending on natural grazing land, what we say, pasture land. This has been reduced now from 100 to 10% if we compare from 990. We have only 10% natural grazing land. As my observation, it will reduce to 3 to 5% within 10 years. So it is transition from the nomadic and transshipment system to family housing system, farming system. This is the challenge. We need here some intervention. And it has occurred due to socio-economic change. Due to economic diversification, it happened. And if you want to make farming, you have to face this challenge. This is the first one. And second one, buffalo is a very high generation interval. If we consider the generation interval, you can get two buffalo or two buffalo within 6.5 years. I'm sorry to tell here, reproductive biotechnology is not working properly in one buffalo, but is working in cattle. So we have to depend on natural process, and you will get only two calves or two buffalo within 6.5 years. So the multiplication of desired breed or our good breed, it will be very difficult within short time. My assessment, what the support government is giving, what the private sector is supporting, it will take at least 10 years to get a very reasonable herd so that the farmer can get the animal to make the farm. So it is a very slow process. You must be very patient. Buffalo has the future, but it will move slowly. So your invest will be like that. This is the challenge for buffalo farming in Bangladesh. I am hopeful the farmer has come forward, the government is financing, there are so many organizations involved here, they are all working on the buffalo, so this is a good sign. I appreciate and encourage you to go ahead, but make slow. Don't invest so much. You just fast, which is better, and then you proceed on. There is no shortcut method. It will take around 10 years to come in a position to flourish buffalo in Bangladesh. So this is my request. This is a good opportunity that all the stakeholders are present here. So you shall take decision and make in a wise way. Anyway, thank you very much. I have read the paper presented by the organizer. This is a good starting that we are thinking we shall do farming that indicate that we are interested to make this transition that required for future. We have done some good work on buffalo health, especially the other health management to see Buffalo is still better than the cattle. This is also advantage, and this is the scientific finding, very valuable knowledge for us. I wish success of this workshop, and we will get a very educated, make a suggestion, not on the meeting. This is my earnest request, and I shall request the organizer to invite Additional Secretary, Livestock, Minister of Fisheries and Livestock. He is the key person in livestock sector to make and implement the policy. If you don't have invited him, I request personally, it's not compulsory, it will be helpful to take some decision and to implement in future, especially for buffaloes and livestock. In short, this is my statement. Now I have the announcement. The 11th Asian Buffalo Congress will be held this year in Bangladesh in this venue in October. As organizer of this Congress, I invite all of you to take part in this Congress. All the scientists from all Asian countries will participate, and we will have another chance to share our knowledge among the scientists. So thank you very much for say something to you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Omar Farooq, for his knowledgeable and perspective speech. We hope in future, maybe it will take time, but people will start preferring buffalo over cow, maybe. Now we would like to invite another special guest, Professor Dr. Nitish Chandra Devnath, Associate Fellow of Chatham House Global Health and co-member of the Board of Governors of Council on International Veterinary Medical Education.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman, and also it is a very special day that we got a new director general from the Department of Livestock Service. It's a warm welcome, and we're happy that we will be having a very important time in the future because the department needs some dynamic people, and I believe he will show his dynamism in changing some of the important areas. Distinguished guests, especially our professor, along with my teacher as well, we're talking here in our past days, and also the Director General from the BLRI, and also particularly I will mention about our just previous speaker, Professor Omar Farooq. He's such a dedicated and passionate person. I know him, and we need this sort of people on making change, right? Now maybe he is so happy. We can see that he will be organizing an international conference on buffalo. Ladies and gentlemen, and I also congratulate my colleague, Professor Mizanur Rahman, for doing a very good research work and also producing some very good next generation dedicated research. That is also one of the important things that we need in the future. I was telling the story, my friend Professor Nasim from Pakistan is here. I was a student in 1982 in Edinburgh University. And I remember one guy from World Bank, he came to give us a lecture on dairy production. And the whole dairy production lecture, I think 80% of his a lecture, it's a whole day lecture, it's a sort of a class, was dedicated to buffalo. And then he was asking me, you guys from Bangladesh, what is happening in Bangladesh about the buffalo? All story, he made 3 stories. One about India, another is about Pakistan, and importantly, how Europe is adapting buffalo. Buffalo is not an animal from Europe. And he was telling us that how Italy, I can see in the program, that Italy and a colleague from Italy will be telling his experience. And he was explaining that story, how Italy is adopting buffalo. And I said, I know buffalo. That's all. I cannot say much story about Bangladesh during that time in 1982. And if I compare even today with those days, the number might have gone down. And that is not a good thing. And I was so impressed. It is not only that lecture, there are some subsequent lectures being lectured. When I came back from Edinburgh, I was talking to our leader mentor, our Dr. Vijay Dolil, that we should do something on Buffalo. And while that was a different part, and it didn't go that much, I know there is a farm of Department of Livestock Service. They developed a farm, but developing a farm is not enough. I mean, it can show that there are some buffaloes there, but you need something more aggressive. At least 3 reasons. I request our Director General to put it in the policy level, because policy focus is still not there. You have a very big project on LDDP with the World Bank. Perhaps this is the biggest livestock development project. And I wonder whether there is any focus on buffalo there or not. Basically, you need money for what? While you are lagging behind, you push it fast, and then you can show that how changes are happening. If it is already there, we know our dairy development is very important. We desperately need more milk, and maybe it will increase more and more in the future because our affluent class, our middle income, the middle class people number are increasing so rapidly. It was 10% 3 years ago. Now it has gone to 15, almost close to 50% growth rate of our middle class and those people. And they have a high demand for milk. And for that thing, milk production is not something that somebody will be losing. I can see there are some farming community members here as well. So as a sort of government agency, the lead agency of the government is Department of Livestock Service. They must give a strong voice about the priority, the buffalo production. Why? There are 3 reasons I would like to mention, and then I would like to conclude my remarks. First, Bangladesh truly is a vulnerable country for what we call planetary crisis, and that includes climate change. And one of the most resilient animals. I know somebody can argue that buffalo, we don't need necessarily to grow again because we have plenty of dairy animals, dairy cattle that can serve our purpose. Yes, for the sake of argument, maybe right, but you have to see the future. What is the future? Climate change is no more a sort of science discussion. It is a real life challenge, and it will continue to be a challenging one. Not here, everywhere. But Bangladesh in particular is a very vulnerable country for climate change. And I can see in the program, and that is what is very important, that this is a very climate resilient animal. And it is not an unknown animal in our country. Somehow or other we lost it. And I don't know why we have lost it. We need to create some scientific evidence why the interests are losing. I think for that thing, then we can hammer that particular point. So to face that sort of thing, we need this lovely animal. And there are a lot of advantages. I am not a man of buffalo, as Professor Farooq has already mentioned. There are a lot of advantages in this particular animal, and he will talk, and we will talk, and maybe we will be listening more and more in the next 3-4 days. This is number one. Number two, that is also very important that we must remember that it is a sort of natural resource that we are losing. It was there. It was everyday life. I was telling a story when I was a small kid. My mom used to show me the university life from my home. So this is the agriculture university. And when I used to pass to little elder, when I used to pass to this university railway station, the huge heart of buffalo. But unfortunately, when I was a student there, we didn't see that one. I'm talking about when I was a student of class 5, 6, like that. I used to pass through that. university by the day, and then I used to say, there is no more there. Why? Is there any competitive advantage of the cattle? There are dual purpose. We used to say dual purpose. One is the plowing and another for some milk. But that plowing is no more there. And it is also a very important meat product in animal health. And since we can see the second point that I would like to make, that we will have a demand for Day-1. No doubt about that. Our economy is growing. I was listening to Director General's statement yesterday in the television that the country has set a goal to become a developed country by 2041. This is our national goal. And that national goal certainly will have to contribute from the livestock sector. And I believe as a developed country, every morning we would like to drink a glass of water. That is one of the indicators. If you go in a developed country, you will see that every morning that was we used to do. When we come back from their developed country and stay here, we don't do that. Even sometimes people are go against me that it might upset your stomach, this and that, or other things. So, as a developed country, if we want to reach that one, we need to provide that particular food for everyone. An indication is very clear, as I said, the middle class people, upper middle class people, affluent class of people are increasing. That means our poorer people getting so smaller. And by next 20 years, 30 years, it will really be a sort of developed country. And if we want to march, or if we want to really go along with this development from the livestock sector, this particular animal can really contribute quite a bit with the production of food and other things. And third thing that I would like to mention particularly, we must not lose our culture. A culture grows and develops for certain purpose. It was a part of our culture to have our market. Some or other in a sort of, I don't know why, that is the question you must scientists identify. But it was happening, maybe my guess, wild guess is that sometimes unknowing things happen in the culture, in the society. And somebody should come up to tell that, no, this is not good. We should not lose this particular wealth of our country. This is a very important animal, lovely animal, such a mild animal, as you all know. And it is our responsibility as a vanguard or a frontline advocate for animal population, the scientific community, those who are linked with animal science and animal health, they should make a very strong advocacy to conserve it, to flourish it, to really make it useful for the purpose of our society development and all of other things. So these are three important points I believe that you will consider from my point of view. And I believe if you can make a good point, it will grow. This is also one of the specialty of this country. If you can make a good message, it proliferates and passes on very fast. Sometimes we miss that opportunity. And we cannot blame our, lay people that they are not doing good. But so, thank you very much for inviting me to this particular conference. And I wish next 3-4 days will be very intensive, useful, learning, and a good message for our own scientific community members and to our policy makers, and maybe beyond to that. With this special take, I again thank the organizer for inviting me to this particular session. Thank you so much. Jawad.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Nitish Chandra Devna, sharing your thoughts and ideas with us. Now, we would like to hear a few words from our guest of honor. I would like to invite Professor Dr. Ghulam Shahi Alam, member, Bangladesh Accreditation Council and former Vice Chancellor, Sylhet Agricultural University, Bangladesh, to deliver.
much. The chairman of the inaugural session, Muhammad Hasanul Haq, the chief guest, coordinator of this workshop, dignitaries to the sitting dais, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to see the speakers from home and abroad that are participating in this workshop. And I must appreciate the people who are coming from abroad, taking trouble to come to us to join this conference. I must appreciate those who are joining us online. Particularly, I saw India from Swedish Agriculture University. I met her last time in Sivas. Dear participants, colleagues, friends, representatives from print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon. May I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the organizer for inviting me as a guest of honor. I accept this distinct honor with a sense of humility and at the same time with deep pleasure of having an opportunity to share with you some issues on sustainable water buffalo farming in Bangladesh to mitigate the effects of climate change. The topic has been well chosen as it has got impact on our socio-economic development and economy. Buffalo has been an integral part of our livestock agriculture in Asia from over 5,000 years ago. In this Southeast Asian region, buffalo population is about 74%. They are the world's second most important dairy species producing milk, meat, drop power, and hides. Considering its merits, policymakers and researchers did not pay any attention to this species. Demand for animal product is expected to increase further 70% by 2050, and we have to cautious to improve the environmental footprint of dairy farming in Bangladesh. Professor Nitish has rightly mentioned Bangladesh is really vulnerable to the ongoing climate change, which may exert a lot of pressure on the natural resources of this earth. Global annual greenhouse gas emission will have to be cut by up to 80% before 2050 to prevent the world's effect on climate change. There is a need to evaluate ecological footprints in order to arrive at the best package of practice for sustainability of buffalo farming. Ladies and gentlemen, environmental footprint studies need to be done to assess the impact of environment on dairy buffalo production. And an action plan based on technical performance greenhouse gas emission is needed to make it more profitable and sustainable. No precise reports are available on quantification of the gas emission and other environmental attributes with respect to buffalo farming that needs attention to the policymakers and the researchers for the and also from the development partners. In this wonderful occasion, this is for us, it is a great opportunity for us to change our views and ideas, and also we'll share our experience about the dairy buffalo production and health issues. These are all for today's, and I hope this workshop will be successful. I wish this workshop, the 4 days workshop will be very much useful for us. Thank you very much for your patient sharing. Allah Hafiz, Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, Bangladesh, KGBO.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Mohammad Ghulam Shahi Alam, for your innovative speech. And now we are delighted to have our chief guest with newly elected Director General, Dr. Muhammad Riazul Haq, Department of Livestock Services, Bangladesh. I would like to invite him to give his chief guest speech.
Thank you, the chairperson of the session, inaugural session, I should say, and dignitaries from academic institutions. My teacher, at first I should say, Ghulam Shahi Alam sir is the very smartest one in his era. I'm very fond of him, sir. And one of my mentor, you can say, Nitish sir. The mentor of Nitish sir, I should say, Nitish. You are the descendant of the like the wise men of the old Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. I'm not like that, but I could say I am a follower of you. You are my mentor. And Professor Omar Farooq sir is the father of Buffalo generation. And he is always in a right track for developing the Buffalo in Bangladesh. My fellow colleague, other fellow is, and that is the Jahangir, Dr. Jahangir from TG BLRI, Habibi in favor of Eric Brown. Today, dear fellow colleagues, and 3 or 4 colleagues from our professor from the abroad, from Pakistan, another 2 from India, I can say, and another from Nepal. So it's a global gathering, good gathering. Yes. In the first presentation, Dr. Mizan just introduces something. The milk of the buffalo much more better than that of cow milk. This is the main message, and it is obvious. The highest milk producing country is India. 60% of milk is derived from the buffalo. This is the reality, and the merit. The land which is meritorious from rearing the buffalo, we cannot rear the cattle over there. This is the very rigid message. And some of our newly arised island, or you can say stall land, we cannot rear cattle over there. Yes, buffalo would like to or can survive with very rough and tough grass. Can utilize this without any concentrate, and offer very good quality with very high percentage of TS, total solid in milk. So this is very precious milk, I think, and very healthy milk. Much more the mono unsaturated and polyunsaturated fat in the buffalo milk. Omar Farooq sir, is it? Yes. So it is healthy, and so it is the more focusing area for give attention to rear in the buffalo area. Nitish sir requested me to yes. Introduce some area in our project. Yes, it is very wise, and when we go for the revising our LDDP in future or any other big project, I will give attention on this area to include the buffalo issues, very clear-cut issues. And another thing, I have just talked with our secretary, sir. He's very much interested in buffalo rearing. So he is very sensitized also in this area. I have talked with him in this time. In the new law, when any new land or island arises, the built-in law is the land ministry offers this land or newly raised island to the forest department. But newly raised land or island with a very poor soil, without any humus, without any fertilizer, very rough and tough soil. So plant cannot grow over there very nicely. In another part of the world, they cleverly use this land for the buffalo rearing, as buffalo can utilize the very
rough and tough grass and utilize and can produce the dung and can convert the land for becoming fertile land. And within 50 to 60 years, using the land for the buffalo rearing, this soil becomes the fertile land. So this is why to take the decision when any chore land or you can say island arise, then we can offer this land for inclusive rearing of buffalo. Our secretary sir became convinced and he requested me for preparing a letter and we will send it to the land ministry and hopefully very soon we will be able to draw their attention in this regard. I will do that. This is the first time I am a chief guest, like a very prestigious gathering. So I became very honored. And in this connection, I should say, or I must say, I will do something in rearing of the buffalo in Bangladesh for intensifying, for breed upgradation, for crossbreeding. I will give all of my attention in this area. This is promised from me. So hopefully we are going to do something better. And Omar Farooq sir has given his whole life for the buffalo rearing. Now vision is like he is doing something, sir. You can just give your some affection to him, and you can just unite it. Can come with us. We will do a better thing, and we will change the nation. And hopefully, by 2040, 2041, in smart Bangladesh, we will raise our hand. We can say we will be able to add some value in this area. Thank you to all. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangla.
Thank you, sir, for your delightful speech. Now, I would like to steal some moment from all of you. It's a special moment, and I would like to request all of our guests here to manually uncover the buffalo manual. You can hold it up and manually uncover the buffalo manual all together.
Joy Bangla.
Also, there will be inauguration of IBWB Buffalo website that is already shown in a PowerPoint. Now, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Mohammad Ahsanul Haq, Professor IBWB, Department of Medicine and Surgery, Chittagong Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, also Country Coordinator, One Health Poultry Hub, to deliver his chairman's speech.
Thank you, Sabrina. Our chief guest, Dr. Riazul Haq,
newly appointed Director General of TLS. Let's congratulate him. And we know that he's a very dynamic person with the sense of humor, and hopefully he will do his best for our department. We also have distinguished special guests from Human Abroad and respected multisectoral participants, including our farmers, our students, and also media personnel. On behalf of our the organizing committees, we are very pleased to have the valued participants and also our learned guests and their valuable suggestions and opinions and good wishes for the success of the 4 days long workshop. And as Prof. Niti said, that this is our culture, and so we have been rearing buffalo as an animal a long time, but somehow we are getting less interest in that animals, and so need to identify the reason behind why, what is something happening, maybe something happening in the society. That's why that our people are not that feeling much interest in that area. Prof. Omar Farooq, he spent a lot of time and a significant amount of time in his life on buffalo developments and working in the field. And now, the peoples are coming together, and they're also working on that. And we hope that the small initiatives, so what Prof. Mijans, conducted, and we also supporting. So with that, hopefully in future, our buffalo value chains will be improved, and we got aside, ensurement that from our Department of Livestock Services that they will support to upgrade the neglected species and buffalo value chains in our country. And today you get just some initiative, some insights about our research and also some hints and some, the suggestion from our speakers. But the next 3 days, we'll have detailed research findings to share with you. And we have some field experience also. So we'll try to, share with you and get your valuable feedback for utilization of the research findings. And I'm not going to say more things now. We need to conclude the session. And before that, I would like to pay my gratitude and also thankful to all participants. And after that sessions, we have a small, the photo session here actually, and invite you to take part in that photo session. After that, we'll have a small refreshment outside. We'll be happy if you participate with the refreshment. Thank you.
আমাদের টি এবং রিফ্রেশমেন্টের ব্যবস্থা বাইরে করা হয়েছে। সেই সাথে হচ্ছে আপনারা দয়া করে হচ্ছে আজকে রাতের ডিনারের যে কুপনটি সেটি সংগ্রহ করে নেবেন বাইরে থেকে। সাথে সাথে আগামী দিনের হচ্ছে ডিনার এবং লাঞ্চের জন্য যে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে যে ফর্মটা অনলাইন ফর্মটা দেওয়া হয় সেটা হচ্ছে একটু ফিল আপ করতে। ধন্যবাদ।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ও তানভীর আমাদের
আরেকজন
লেকচারার।
আরেকজনকে
ম্যাডাম হচ্ছে ইউনিভার্সিটি। Yeah,